So picture this. You are on top of the world. I mean, you absolutely dominate your market. You've got millions of people who love your product, and everyone sees you as the future. And then, in one single catastrophic move, you lose everything. Today, we are diving deep into a truly wild moment in database history, the unbelievable story of dBase IV. But look, this isn't just about some piece of failed software. Nope. This is about how terrifyingly fast a tech titan can just collapse. It's a story about how unchecked ambition can go so wrong. And believe me, it's a lesson that still echoes through the halls of Silicon Valley today. All right, so to really understand the fall, you first have to appreciate just how high they climbed. Our story begins with the undisputed king of PC databases. Let's set the scene. We're talking the late 1980s. The personal computer is exploding, right? It's taking over offices, it's in homes, and the engine driving this whole revolution is the database. And in that world, there was one name on everyone's lips, Ashton-Tate, the folks who made dBase. And really, this quote just says it all. dBase wasn't just another popular program. It was the standard. I mean, we are talking millions of users. A whole ecosystem of developers was built around it. Their market position looked absolutely unshakable. They didn't just have a lead, they basically had a monopoly.
But you know how it is. When you have that much power, the pressure to keep innovating, to do the next big thing, is enormous. And this is where our story takes a really dramatic and, well, ultimately fatal turn. Ashton-Tate decided it was time to make a revolutionary promise. The year is 1988. Imagine a packed press conference. Ashton-Tate gets on stage and unveils dBase 4. They're promising all this groundbreaking stuff, a totally redesigned interface, and performance that was going to leave every single competitor in the dust. The market just went nuts. The hype was absolutely massive.
Yeah, about that massive excitement, turns out it was all built on a product that just wasn't ready, not even close. And this brings us to the Vaporware disaster, a moment that would pretty much destroy the company's name forever.
You know, the term vaporware really became infamous in the tech world largely because of this story. It's the ultimate sin in software development, right? Selling a dream that turns into an absolute nightmare for your customers. It's a promise of a product that either never shows up, or when it does, it's so late and so broken, you wish it hadn't. And here, you can see the disconnect perfectly. It's just, wow. On one side, you've got the promise, the future of databases, continued market leadership. But on the other side was the grim reality. The project was just drowning in feature creep. And worse, they decided to rewrite their entire stable code from scratch in a new language. So when it finally shipped, months late, it was a total catastrophe. It was slow, bloated, and so full of critical bugs, it was often just unusable. So here's the crucial thing. This wasn't just a technical screw-up. It felt like a betrayal. I mean, you had customers who had built their entire businesses on the dBase platform, and they felt completely abandoned. That trust, which was Ashton-Tate's single greatest asset, was shattered. And you better believe they started looking for a way out immediately. So what happens when the king falls off the throne? Well, you get a power vacuum. The whole landscape changes. Let's take a look at the wild aftermath of this disaster. The chain reaction was devastatingly simple, really. You had these sky-high expectations that were met with a buggy, broken product, which led to a total loss of trust. And that loss of trust created this huge opening in the market that competitors just rushed into. The final result? The complete and total collapse of Ashton-Tate's dominance. It happened that fast. And in the tech world, a vacuum never, ever stays empty for long. The failure of dBase 4 wasn't just a disaster for Ashton-Tate. For everyone else, it was a golden opportunity. A whole new order emerged, almost overnight. First, you had these nimble competitors like FoxPro and Clipper. They were smart, their products were compatible with dBase, but they were way faster and more reliable. So they started stealing customers left and right. Then, the big sharks smelled blood in the water. We're talking Microsoft and Borland. They swooped in with a whole new generation of databases like Access and Paradox. The database world wasn't just reshaped, it was completely reborn, and dBase was getting left behind in the dust. So the fall of dBase is way more than just a dusty old tech story. It's a stark, brutal reminder that in the world of innovation, leadership is something you have to earn every single day. And it leaves us all with this one critical, timeless question. When you're at the very, very top, How quickly can it all just vanish?